Hey guys, welcome back to Almost Inevitable Design. My name is still PK and I make WordPress tutorials for designers and developers. Alright, so welcome back. This is 16, I think. And we are going to have a quick talk about classes and presets. And then we're going to go into the blog. Alright, I'm going to probably make a separate video about this, but I'm just going to go over this really quickly because I have to explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Okay. All right. So let's start the timer. And here we go. Okay. Now we can technically add CSS like this as a selector, which will select that part, right? And that element, that is, and we can add our CSS, any CSS that we need, starting from that selector. All right, so that's what we did here for the home page, where we had that half section here, half colored section right here. Yep, remember that? Remember that part? Yeah. So the question now is, how do we, if we were to replicate this half colored bar, or the background, which is half and half, how do we recreate that? Right now, I've seen some people use a gradient for that background. I am not a big fan of that, and also you can't do it with this one because that space there throws off the half height, so you can't do it. You have to do it to this guy. Okay, so there's no other way to do this in the what is it, the builder. There's no other way to do it in the builder except for using extra CSS. So we're gonna have to make a class. Now technically, a lot of parts in the breakdance builder has, let's say for example, let's set a section. Yeah. So if we were to assign like whatever text like that, and then we call this guy, we save that. All right, wait, I'm gonna do something a little bit different just so we can tell this is a separate thing. Font size, we'll make it 2. All right. There we go. That's fine, right? So we're going to save this as a preset, and that will be 2rem League Gothic 2rem green. Keyboard. Watch lesson 15 to understand why this keyboard is messing me up. Not that the other keyboard I was great at that. Not that I was great there, but still, that was easier to use. So yeah, save that. Right now, let's say for example, let's add another one. Let's add a text. So this is basic text element. That's fine, and let's make it a preset. This is why I don't understand or see what's going on here. See, that font size is there, but I guess the color doesn't come along. All we got is the text size. That's 2rem. So I don't get it. I don't know why the font family isn't showing. Oh, because I didn't add it. Is that it? Maybe. All right, let's try that. All right, how do I delete presets? Oh, manage. Okay, let's manage that. Ah, okay. We're managing this one. All right, let's see. Nope, that doesn't look like presets. So yeah, I know there's a video about this, but it is informative and it does explain how to use it, but I've tried this off camera when the camera was paused or off. Doesn't work the way I want it to. I'm probably am missing things like setting every little thing, but even the color was set. It's not coming over, right? So that's what I mean by using classes as opposed to presets. You don't have to use classes for everything. Some people do that. Now that is I don't want to say antiquated because it's still very useful, but people who used to use Bootstrap do that, and that approach of atomicizing the classes, so one class will do one little thing, and then adding a bunch of classes doesn't always isn't always the most effective way, and especially if you're using a page builder that allows you to input one class per input. It's not a good approach because you can add one and then you got to type another one. You can't add a whole list of them. Divi can do that, but you can't do that here. There's other builders that'll do that. I don't remember it, but Divi is the one that I remember off the top of my head. You can just paste a bunch of stuff in there and it'll just still work. You can't do that for Oxygen. That's why I've changed it. I don't necessarily do it. I do add the class to the global style sheet classes. And that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, we're going to pull out this part because it's not even a preset that you can use. Text presets, just really, that's just, yeah, you can't do that. Okay, you can't have a background that does that. You're going to have to use a class. So I'll just delete this because it's, yeah. All right, so let's get into adding CSS. Now, on the front end, this is the what is it? The post that we just built, but we're gonna go to. Oh, okay, I didn't link that. All right, so this is. I didn't link that either. All right. All right, now let's add a class to that guy. Okay, so. We're going to add a class there. Okay, now that would be in the post loop builder because that's where we're adding it, right? Because that's where the before is. So look here, all this stuff comes in here. We're going to take that out. Okay, now this is the exact same thing as we have here. Oh yeah, we'll need the padding there. Yeah. You know what? I'll make that a class too. EE post padding 0. Okay, let's add that. Yep, and we will. That's a selector. I don't think. Oh, you can write it in there. Let's see if that works. Yep. Okay, I like that. That's good. Cool. Cool. All right, that's actually very impressive. So we can actually do that for the other stuff later. That's very cool. Okay, so that makes it way better for us to be doing this, right? That stuff. Okay, so let's add another one. This will be half background. You know what? My regular class naming convention, I always use back in whatever color, because if you have a black background to that section, you can name it back in black. Oh, I'm not wearing my AC/DC shirt. Oh well. Yeah, I don't think I've bought. Where's my AC/DC shirt? Anyways, this is Alice in Chains. Different band. Same level of legendary, but different band. Anyways, back in black is why I name my background classes back in color. But we're going to do back in half black. Why not? All right. I'll use a regular hyphen for that. Cool. Back in half black. And let's go back to that. Cool. You're gonna add it in here, and we'll add that thing. Oh, can you see it? You can't see it, can you? There we go. Add that in there. And you can now see, yeah, it's there. That is actually really impressive. I'm very happy about that, actually. Yeah, very cool. Okay, so that means that we can go to this guy, take out this CSS, right? Take that out and add this guy. Cool, right? Yeah, because you don't want to be writing all that, and you can't use that as a preset. There's no preset for that, so that's what you're gonna have to do. So it's up to you. You really need to understand how this works. Using classes for everything is not a good idea. Dividing up classes and adding like a bunch of classes here is not a good idea. But if it has to do something that is, that has to work in a certain way, you might need to target something under it, like a nested element, like this guy, right? There's no way you can find this in any preset or anything. So that's what's gonna have to work, right? So that's all good. Okay, let's go to this page now. No, not this page, this page. Okay, all right, so forgot to add that thing there. All right, that space there. So let's do that. Okay. All right, one thing that I like about, no, there's a lot of things, but one of the other random things that it seems like that I like about breakdance is it's not as it's a little so you can have why is this so hard to say? You can have different instances loaded as opposed to Oxygen, right? I've gotten used to Oxygen enough that I close one page, one tab if it has the builder there, then I open up over here. But breakdance, apparently you don't have to do that, which is great. I think in space, no, this is just type settings. Yeah, well, let's add some padding. Margin, that is. Margins would be better. Why? Because it's different between, oh, what? That doesn't work? No. Oh, hover spacing, sorry. Of course it doesn't work. Yep, there we go. Anyways, so where was I? Yeah, margins are outside, paddings are inside. Cool. I've actually seen someone try to move, for example, let's say we wanted to move this title here, move it to the right, and they added margins. They should have added paddings. If it is, for example, it was done on a page that looked like this. I'll show you. I'll explain what I mean. So that was done on a page that looks like this. Okay, and the text was like 100% width, which is not good. But they were supposed to move this just a little bit so it will align to whatever else, which is, first of all, means that it wasn't aligned properly, which is not, a very good development to start with. But what happened was they added a margin here, which means it will push the whole block out, because the extra spacing you're adding is outside the block. If you're adding padding, the block stays the same, but the content inside will change its width. So that means that this thing won't be pushed outside. when they added the margin, the whole thing was pushed, so the block was pushed outside the edge of the screen. So that's how you got side jiggle, and that was really bad. So they should have added padding. That is like front end development CSS 101, but the developer didn't even know that. So that was fixed by changing the margin to a padding. Anyways, everybody needs to learn. You don't know what you don't know, but still, if it's your job, you should at least know that. Margins and paddings. Anyways, so I think that's it for this one. I guess we're gonna have to go to the next video to get. Oh, you know what? I'll record this. Yeah, this will be 7. This will be the one after. I don't know. Anyways, that's okay. I'm gonna see you in a few days anyways. So we'll do the archive in the next video, and I will see you then. Bye.